Zhao is my #1 pick for a Research Bureau project in 2024, but not for the reasons you might think. Yeah, this ship is known for hard-hitting HE, setting tons of fires, and spamming loads of torpedoes like we're about to do. She's a DPM monster, no doubt. In fact, I still think she's a little too good in that she might have to get a bit of a nerf. Don't hold me to that, we'll find out. But there are some hidden features of this ship that may surprise even the most loyal IJN cruiser lovers out there that I would love to share with you today. While we watch a replay that you'll have to see to believe. 6 kills without taking a single point of damage in return. I didn't notice it until, honestly, months later. This replay is from December when the ship first came out, but it's definitely a match that you don't see every day. My build, if you're gonna ask, of course, Azerlena Tago. If you don't have her, that's okay. Use Yamamoto, all DPM perks, turret, traverse, prop, rudder, reload. You're gonna have a very competitive ship on your hands here. The first stat we can talk about that most people wouldn't think of, the armor-piercing shells. Most players in an IJN cruiser, they're gonna sling the HE because why wouldn't you? We just got 8K and 1 salvo and 2 fires. That's beautiful, it's amazing. But the armor-piercing shells are something that you can't discount, as we get 36,000 damage on the Des Moines, and in the opening 2 salvos we're at 47,000 damage. The armor piercing shells are very, very, very good on Zhao. More on that here in a second. This match is on Haven, and I have a love-hate relationship with this map. For one, is it just me, or are the spawns really, really close, especially for these high tiers? I think moving them back a little bit and maybe even putting the flank spawns at A and C out a little farther would be helpful. Is that just me? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But yes, Haven. We spawned mid, but hey, we're gonna make the best of it. The HE on these ships, again, it's crazy good. It's great for crushing ships from afar. The HE alpha damage is really high. It does awesome. The fire chance is very high, and it's the perfect combination for crushing enemies and burning them down. It's nice to not have to rely on fires alone like the Colbert, since the pin damage is actually really good on Zhao and the IJN boys, but so is this AP. The AP shell velocity is really fast for a cruiser, 920 meters per second. That's faster than the Henry IV, and of course the Des Moines. And I'm going to reference those 2 ships quite a bit since they are other heavy cruisers here at the tier that have the same caliber shells. But these shells flying faster feels like the armor penetration is a little bit better. The shells are going to go through more armor and deal more damage. It also makes it easier to hit small moving targets like destroyers or ships at longer ranges that are trying to dodge. Now, as you can see, I'm taking the coward's way out here. We're not playing in open water. Why should I? We've got these perfect islands here. We have spotting from a Shimakaze out to the side, so definitely not going to put ourselves at risk. And this kind of sneaky, unchivalrous gameplay is how we're going to make it the entire match without taking a single point of damage while killing 6 of those reds. We have 5 left that we're going to kill. Zhao doesn't have the highest damage per minute of the legendary cruisers, but it puts up damage better than almost any other cruiser because of this other little hidden stat that we'll get to. The alpha damage is great for each HE shell, and the reload is decent, but surprisingly, Henry IV outperforms Zhao in both of these categories, except Zhao has 12 guns. It's not always smart to use all 12 of them though. The firing angles can definitely get you killed, and that's, again, why we're playing from cover here from the islands. This DD out here is definitely a lifesaver. You don't always get that in Legends games, let me tell you, and that's partially why my win rate in this ship isn't that amazing, because it's a ship that you do have to rely on teammates. Let's take a little blind fire at Kaba here. Once again, that accuracy showing up, 6 overpins. But yeah, we're racking up damage super, super fast, and it's because Zhao is the most accurate cruiser in the game. And that's a bold statement, I know. But Stalingrad and Gorizia, these ships that were previously considered the most accurate, they're considered accurate because they have high sigma, and that is how close the shells are going to group together. Stalingrad has a sigma of 2.4 to Zhao's 2.05, so it's better there, yes, but Zhao actually gets destroyer dispersion ellipses, so The dispersion ellipse is basically the size of the circle or the ellipse that the shells can land in, and a destroyer dispersion ellipse is much, much smaller than a battleship one, a battlecruiser one, or a cruiser one. So Zhao is extremely accurate. Extremely, extremely accurate. And as this match goes on, you can see just how close together all of these salvos are clustering. Most shots on ships are landing 9 out of 12 shells over and over and over again, and it makes it easy to pump up those damage numbers. Right now, 124,000 damage, that's weak. Zhao laughs at that. That is nothing. I think my average damage in this ship, and again, I consider myself a pretty casual player, is 140,000, I believe. So pretty darn high. Putting up 200k in Zhao happens regularly. A lot of times, of course, it depends on legendary tier matches not ending in 6 or 7 or 8 minutes like sometimes they are prone to do. But if the game goes on and you stay alive, this is a damage printer. And we're gonna sneak up on the Cabarask here. I guess he's not really paying attention. Yeah, we're gonna finish him, take him out of the match with 7 pins up close. Well, those pins are over pins. I think those were full pins. Once again, the AP. It is saucy. So the game's looking really, really good right now. It's definitely in our favor, but we're not giving up there. We're not setting the controller down. No, we've got 3 more kills to get, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, with all this great firepower, you're still sailing around in an IJN cruiser, and you can absolutely get blapped. Take it from me, that has happened on a couple occasions. It just takes one mistake. However, it's not as bad as the Mogami or the Ibuki because Zhao actually gets some armor. 30 millimeters on the upper belt in the deck means that if you angle correctly, you can bounce American 406mm guns, 16-inch shells, like found on the Montana or the Maine. Of course, these are probably the most popular battleships up here I'd say that you would run into. I know there's a lot of Yamatos, but having this 30 millimeters of armor is a huge godsend. It's the first time in this whole line of ships that you can actually tank against people. You don't have to run and hide all the time. If you're up against the correct battleship, like Burgonia or Montana, you can angle against them and bully them, absolutely. Beyond that armor though, it's still a floating citadel for sure, and the health pool is pretty small. Yeah, way behind the Henry and the Des Moines at that point, so you have to be careful for sure. There's 1 enemy ship left. It is a Conqueror on the enemy team, and I think it was actually their best player. So I don't know what we're doing right now. Oh, I thought he was just going to sail forward into my torpedoes, and he wasn't coming forward quite as fast as I wanted, so I think we're going to go ahead and sail up and put our guns over to the right and see if we can clean him off of the board before our teammates. Part of the reason we're able to go this entire match without taking a single point of damage is because of good spotting and positioning, yeah, sure, but it's also because Zhao has good concealment. Once again, beating out the Henry and the Des Moines. This is one of the most valuable base traits a cruiser can have, and with this build, since we're not playing her as an agile cruiser, we're relying on stealth. That's been the key, sneaking from island to island. If you wanted to play her as an agile cruiser, I think you could. There's nothing wrong with that. Zhao has the fastest stock rudder shift time of any LT cruiser, 7.7 seconds. I'm not sure how fast you can get that down to, really freaking fast, but I tell you what, I'm a prop juker nowadays, and I absolutely abuse prop mod. It is silly how fast ships can accelerate in World of Warship Legends. So all of that together makes Zhao one spicy meatball and my #1 pick right now for a Bureau Project ship in 2024. Of course, let me know what you guys think below. If you are looking for another amazing cruiser at the tier, the Alaska is one of my favorites. She's recently buffed, single, and ready to mingle, so be sure to check that video out here. This is Derka signing off. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.